Welcome to Dragon Sorcerer Build, you fire-breathing parrots. This is Gold Dragon Sorcerer Build focused on high DPS and overall simple playstyle. Sorcerers are great for focusing on only couple of spells and destroying enemies with it. Downside is they can't use spellbooks and have small amount of spells available, but they can make most use of each spell thanks to Metamagic and Elemental Affinity. Best races for this sorcerer are Half-Elf and Island Halfling. Gold Draconic Bloodline is the one to go for fire focus. Important thing to notice here is Draconic Resilience, which grants additional HP per level and sets base armor class to 13 when not wearing armor. That means mage armor spell is pointless, as it sets base armor class to 13. Three backgrounds I would go for are Lawkeeper, Spy or Lowlife. Lawkeeper because of martial weapons proficiency, as sorcerers can be quite good in combat besides casting. With Metamagic and Haste they can attack after casting spells, so by having access to martial weapons we can maximize class effectiveness. Spy enables poison crafting, which has same bonus skill as medical crafting, and that is medicine. Spy also helps with stealth, which can be quite potent with sorcerer, and grants proficiency in deception, which is charisma based skill. Lowlife pretty much the same thing, difference being instead of poison crafting we can get to use thieves tools. Attribute distribution for Half-Elf is simple. 16 in charisma, dexterity and constitution. That leaves 2 points that can be put either into intelligence because of arcana skill that helps with crafting, wisdom to increase medicine skill if you went with spy background, or strength to increase carry weight if you have equipment weight hampering the party enabled. For Island Halfling we start with 16 charisma and dexterity, 14 into constitution, and then distribute the rest of the points as you like, while taking into account same attribute explanations being valid for Island Halfling as with Half-Elf. Proficiencies depend on background and race, so there isn't one way to build proficiencies. Island Halfling has far fewer skill options than Half-Elf. Definitely pick one charisma speech proficiency and other can be medicine, arcana or another charisma skill. Starting cantrips should be firebolt, dancing lights or light, and the rest whatever you like. Spells can be something like magic missile, burning hands or false life. Remember that sorcerers need to unlearn one spell each level, and that spell cannot be learned again until next level up. Not a problem though. Stick with fire-based spells and avoid ones that require concentration, except haste, which is always fantastic choice. Blur is not bad until haste and greater invisibility become available. To sum up, must-have spells are Scorching Ray, Firebolt, Fireball and Haste. Rest is optional if you want sorcerer to focus on long range DPS like in this build. Charm Person is not bad early on, especially with heightened and twinned Metamagic. At level 3 we get Metamagic. We can choose 2 now and 1 at level 10. I would advise going for twinned spell first. With it you can cast a double firebolt cantrip and spells like haste, blur, greater invisibility on 2 characters at once, which is insanely good. Also some spells like Ray of Enfeeblement, Charm Person and Hold Monster can be doubled too. Second Metamagic can be anything really, all have their use. Extend is great for spells like greater invisibility and haste. Heightened is great for fireball and crowd control debuff spells like Hold Monster and Ray of Enfeeblement. Careful is great for fireball and Ring of Fire for example. Empowered isn't that great, but it can serve a purpose. Distant Metamagic is great for touch spells, but we don't use many of those. Quickened might be best choice out of the rest, because if hasted you can cast Quickened spell that counts as bonus action and then attack 2 times after that with weapon. So besides Twinned for this build I would go for Quickened first and at level 10 whichever. At levels 4 and 8 we pump points into Charisma because of Elemental Affinity passive, which adds Charisma modifier to fire based spells. However, it doesn't work with every spell unfortunately, or maybe I'm missing something. Burning Hands, Fireball and Ring of Fire don't utilize it from what I gather, but Firebolt and Scorching Ray do. It makes Scorching Ray ridiculous, especially when cast from stealth or greater invisibility. At level 10 third Metamagic can be chosen. Draconic Sorcerer should not wear any armor because of Draconic Resilience passive. When possible, craft Empress Garb to set base armor class to 15 and equip accessories like Cloak of Protection and Bracers of Defense that all stack to get high AC. First weapon slot 1 dagger only, so that shield can be cast when attacked, and second slot light crossbow or longbow if possible. So how to play this sorcerer? Quite simple as a matter of fact. When you get to greater invisibility, enemies don't stand a chance anymore. Just don't forget to twin cast it to one other lucky party member. Cast Scorching Ray from stealth or invisibility to get advantageous roll for each ray, and add Charisma modifier bonus damage to each ray as well. That is a must. Beside that, cast other bollocks as you like. During early levels use Twinned, Firebolt and Quickened as much as possible and strike enemies with ranged or melee weapon next to spells. Blur is effective defensive concentration spell, so give it a go before haste and greater invisibility. That is all. Enjoy!